Hello, Cancer. Hello, Cancer. It is Adrienne, Capricorntigress, Western Intuitive Astrologer of astrologyaLookInside.com. And I am coming to you with your horoscope for, it is between now, which is July 20th, through basically August. Okay, so we'll be going over most of that period. Okay, so let me go ahead and just get started, you guys. Let's see what I've got here for you. And I do want to take a moment and apologize, first of all, for being late getting to you. It's been one of those months. I don't know how things have been affecting Cancer since the North Node is in Cancer. There was a lot of emphasis in Cancer. But as a Capricorn, it was devastating. Just saying, I had a rough time. So now you guys are going to have, wow, things are going to really perk up for you. I mean, I think when it comes to money, you guys have money, I think, coming on the horizon. And the reason I say this is because the new moon is going to be on the 31st of July. It's going to be in your second house of money in the sign of Leo. And actually, it is the second full moon in the month of July. So it's a very special new moon. It's not just any old new moon, okay? And so I think this is a money moon for you guys. What did they call this moon? There's a name of this moon, or I'm thinking about the sturgeon moon. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Okay. So anyway, we're talking about this new moon right now, which is happening in the second house of your money. And the funny thing is, this is your money. This is an indication that you've got new money coming in. I don't know where the money's coming from. It might come from some type of creative endeavor, something that you do creatively, since it's coming from the sign of Leo and it's in what you have to give. So it may be from something that you have to give as far as your creative abilities and stuff of that nature. It's some way that you shine, perhaps. That is possible, but it is just a new emphasis for the next 2 weeks from July 31st until about the 15th of August. You're going to really feel that there is emphasis shining somehow in that second house of money. And there's going to be more than just a new moon in that second house. You're going to have Venus is going to be there. That tells me also that Cancers have a lot of love to give, I think, during this period of time. With Venus in the second house, it just indicates someone who just has a lot of love in there to give. And with it being in Leo, it's very expressive. You might do something very expressive in the area of love. Also, Mars is going to be there in the second house. And for a short time, Mercury will be there before it retrogrades right back into your first house, Cancer, putting more emphasis on you and also maybe communication and perhaps saying or talking about things that you weren't able to talk about. Because with, this retrograde of Mercury, it's been hard for a lot of people to communicate and to talk and really to talk about what they want to say. And in your case, it's kind of backtracking out of your area of money. And so you might have even felt like your money has not been tight and that you've not been able to communicate that the way that you want to. And when it goes into your first house or backtracks, retrograding into your first house, you might even feel that you physically don't either want to talk or that you can't seem to say what it is you want to say because Mercury's retrograding in your first house. Now that's going to go forward at the end of August, and by then you'll be able to find your voice again, and you'll be able to talk and say what it is that you really feel like you want to say. But you might be keeping mum during this time. Just you might be feeling or thinking things, but you're not saying a lot. I think with Mercury retrograding in your first house, you might not. Now, it might be that you're going back and saying all the things that you didn't say. Like, I didn't say this to so and so and so. I'm going back and tell them what I need to tell them. because I didn't get to tell them what I wanted to tell them. I'd be cautious of doing that too when it's even in Leo, because I could see that occurring. But I just want to go back to that Leo. When you got Venus and the sun and the new moon, all floating around in Leo like that. I just wonder if I see some people getting new furniture, like a new car, even maybe. I have a friend who wants to get a new bike. I think it might be around the 31st. If you got I don't know. I just see that. New. It's new, right? And it's in the money. New money. And it's beautiful. Now, there is a little bit of maybe a delay, perhaps you might have felt in your work life. That's because Jupiter's been retrograding in the sixth house of work. Some of you Cancers might have felt like, what's going on in work? It just seemed like it's either slowed or stalled, or it just doesn't feel as lucky as it might have started out the year feeling. And that's because Jupiter is retrograde. That is going to be going forward in the month of August. I believe it's in August. It might be September. I think it's in August. And I think it's at the end of August, if I'm not mistaken. I need to make sure. I should have checked that of all the things, because I know it's going direct. And I don't have time to go pull up an ephemeris right now, so I won't. But I'm almost positive it goes direct at the end of August. So anyway, also, another thing to look forward to, but I can't say it yet, but Saturn and Pluto. Saturn's going to be going direct on the 3rd of September. So you just have to get through August, because I know a lot of you Cancers have felt like your relationships, especially your deep partnerships, just might have feel like they've been stalled, or they've been heavy, or they just like grinded to a screeching halt. And so, I think you're going to fix that with both Pluto and Saturn have been going retrograde in your 7th house. Just made your relationships just been a little weird, probably maybe felt heavy. Like I said, you just got to get through August. And once you do, it's going to get a little bit better. Now, I had mentioned slightly a second ago about that sturgeon moon. That's the full moon. The full moon coming up on the 15th of August is the full sturgeon moon. And that's the moon in Aquarius that is going to be happening in your 8th house. Your 8th house. And the 8th house, I've been talking about the 8th house a lot this month for some reason. It seems to be the emphasis in a lot of charts. And I believe for you, this 8th house, well, it's a full moon. And it is also, I've said this to someone else, and I'm sure, and I got a thumbs down, but I'm sorry. I'm an honest woman. That's sex. Someone's getting some sex that night, I think. It's a full sturgeon moon in Aquarius, opposing it's your natural. Well, it might not be. I just think it might. That's just what I'm saying. The 8th house also can rule deep secrets. Deep secrets. It's a full moon. So I would be very cautious about deep secrets. Who you tell your secrets to. I just warned another sign about that. About who they give their secrets to. You can't know who you're giving your secrets to. And the other thing is, I would also be cautious about money, like your money, because the 8th house, and not so much your money, but your money too, your money and other people's money, and also money that other people owe you. Oh, I just saw something. Now, if you're someone who has been waiting for someone to pay you money, what day is that? The 15th. Hold on. The 15th of August is a Thursday. I think I told another sign, wait, but for a different reason, wait to set Friday before you do anything. But that's going to be a Thursday, the 15th of August. And maybe you've been waiting for someone to pay you money, and you have not got your money. And you could be very upset about that. A full moon is always an indication of like full emotions. And so hopefully on the positive, you get your money that day. I don't know how long you've been waiting for the money, but let's hope that Thursday, the 15th, you get your money. Now, if you do get your money on Thursday the 15th, please come back and let me know you got some money on Thursday the 15th, because I really want that to know that. Also, you could be getting there's just emphasis. Now, I'm not saying you're getting money, but emphasis is in the area of, like, say, taxes and business documents and contracts and agreements and wills, bank statements, anything I think would have to do with bank statements or banking or inheritances. Yeah, inherited. If you've got inherited or annuities, like, say, for instance, if you're someone who won, like, say, a lawsuit, and instead of getting all the money, you set up, like, say, annuities, or like where they pay you a little at a time. That's indicated there as well. And like I said, it's a house of sex and sex. Was it sex, tax, money, and death? That's what the eighth house represents. So I always think it's sex, but a lot of times it really does have to do with, like, a deep psychological thing, like secrets, and sometimes when the moon is full, it's because it's where it's like all those deep psychological pains, all those deep psychological secrets. It's like, even we don't even tell ourselves that we have that pain. It's like those deep pains. It's that Scorpio pain. That's the house of Scorpio. And it's like a deep, painful pain. And so we don't usually even tell ourselves about that pain. But then when the full moon comes along, it might just come and illuminate that and put all the emphasis on it. And then, we have to deal with all that psychological garbage that comes up because of it. And it may have to do with money. It might have to do with the fact that you don't have money, or that you do, or that you have to do something about money, or a lot of times it has to do with joint finances. So it could have to do with your partner's money, but it could be something that makes you very emotional. So just be aware of that day. That is August 15th. Also, Neptune is retrograding in the ninth house. I would be cautious about trying to do any kind of actual agreements or legal deals during this time when Neptune is retrograde in the ninth house. That's that's legalities, and that's Neptune. That's like mistakes, illusions. I wouldn't sign a contract to Neptune went direct. I wouldn't sign a con. Yeah, it's in Pisces. It's the almost begging to have a mistake. So yeah, don't sign any legal documents. Like I have I think I won't even go into it, Cancer. So look, here's the other thing. You've got Chiron sitting up in the 10th house, and it's retrograde in the sign of Aries. And Chiron is it's a little planetoid that causes pain wherever it goes. That's just the way I look at it. It's like a little pain in the ass. And in your case, Chiron is in your 10th house of career. And, on top of you feeling with Jupiter going retrograde in your 6th house, and now you got Chiron going retrograde in your 10th house, you might feel like, can I get a freaking break? What's going on with my career? How can I fix this? Where's my money? I mean, I'm hoping the new moon gets you the money, or that sturgeon moon gets you the money. But I'm hoping that this takes effect in the fact that you've seen the the loopholes, or the potholes that exist in your career, and that you've taken the time to go back over the areas that have the dark, like a dark holes, that can cause you not to be successful, and you've patched them up, so that now when Jupiter goes direct and when Chiron goes direct again, you will get the benefit of the healing that Chiron wants to give you in your career, because it wants to heal it. That's why it comes there. It's wounded. It's a pain. It hurts. You might have a pain there, but it wants to heal it. And so right now it wants to heal your career, or your reputation, or your status, your image in some way, but really more like your ambitions, and just your ability to be a boss. that ability to shine and be a boss and just stand out amongst your peers, and that whole feeling of success. That's what I think of with the 10th house, like just when you're out shining, and like they call the golden child or the golden boy. And when Chiron is there, it's kind of a pain because you're like, I'm not getting that right now. And I want that. I feel like I deserve that. But if it doesn't come, it can be very painful. So be very aware of that. If it does happen that you don't get just that shiny moment that you secretly hope for, just know that Chiron is preparing you for it, and that learn whatever life lesson that you're supposed to learn now, so that when it goes direct, you'll be ready to really shine and really do all the things your heart wants to do. Now, lastly, I'll just say this about Uranus, which is also retrograding. There are so many retrogrades, right? Well, anyway, this is in your 11th house, and that's in Taurus, and it's your 11th house is your hopes and dreams and wishes. So there might be a tendency to even give up on your hopes and dreams and wishes. I'm telling you, don't give up on your hopes and dreams and wishes. It's a temporary retrograde. Of course, you might have many hopes, dreams, and wishes over the course of the next 5, 6 years because Uranus is there. And so just be aware that you may make new friends and have new hopes and dreams and goals. You may join new groups and new organizations and new clubs. There's a lot of instability going on in that house. And that just means there's going to be a constant state of change. Just relax and flow with the universe and allow whatever change that comes in the house of friendships, the house of goals and groups and other people like that. Just allow that to flow. Whoever comes in your life comes in your life. Whoever flows out of your life flows out of your life. And you'll accept that. And that way it'll be a graceful, and it won't be such the erratic, because it can be a little erratic and eccentric with Uranus. And so there could be some issues with friends and things like that. So I hope that you can work that out with your friendships and in groups, so that there's no problems with you and groups, because Uranus can signal sudden erratic activity. Okay. All right. Well, this is the message I had for you, Cancers. Wow. I had a lot of things to say to you, Cancer, even though this is supposed to be a short reading. I hope it resonated with some of you, and I hope that whatever messages I was led to give tonight actually resonates with you guys, and that it gives you the information that your spirit needed. Okay, well, much love and light to you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and like our videos and share our videos so more people know about what I do here at Astrology A Look Inside. You can learn more about Astrology A Look Inside at the blog website at astrologyalookinside.com. And then I also am on Facebook. And so you can find me at facebook.com/astrology a look inside. And then I have I do free readings on Facebook. So I do horoscope readings on Wednesdays and Saturday nights. And I usually about 7 o'clock, but you do have to be a member of the group and request there. And so you can get to the group by going to facebook.com/groups/astrology a look inside, and you can make your request there. And then on Sunday nights, I do 3 card pulls with one clarifier, and I do those for those who request as well. And I only do those on Sunday. Okay, you guys. Well, this has been Adrienne. Much love to everyone. Sending blessings out to all. Namaste, my sweet, sweet friends.